mask of truth. What if truth itself wears a mask? What if every word we speak, every emotion we show, is part of a quiet performance we've rehearsed since childhood? Think about this. Have you ever told the truth just to hide something deeper? Have you ever been honest, not because it was right, but because it made you seem good? And if your truth is motivated by how others see you, is it still truth or just a beautifully crafted lie? Lies don't always sound false. In fact, the most powerful ones are indistinguishable from sincerity. They live in tone, timing, and intention. A soft smile while saying, "I am fine." A nod when your mind screams the opposite. We call it honesty, but beneath it lies choreography, micro-expressions, and learned scripts that signal truth while concealing uncertainty. In psychology, this is known as impression management, the subtle art of controlling how others perceive us. We lie not only to deceive others, but to maintain coherence in our own story. Because truth, raw and unfiltered, is rarely pretty. It exposes the fragile architecture of who we think we are. So we polish it, edit it, mask it. The result isn't always malicious. It's survival. Humans are social creatures. We depend on trust to function, but pure truth threatens that balance. So evolution taught us a strange skill, the ability to distort reality just enough to hold it together. Consider the truth bias. Psychological studies show we naturally believe others are telling the truth, even when they aren't. It's not ignorance. It's efficiency. Constant suspicion would paralyze social life. So our minds assume honesty as the default, allowing lies to slip through the cracks unnoticed. The eerie part? Our brains reward lies that fit emotional expectations. When someone lies convincingly, with confidence, warmth, or empathy, our neural patterns mirror trust. Truth, then, isn't detected logically. It's felt, which means the better the mask, the stronger the illusion. The mask of truth isn't just what liars wear. It's the face we all show each day. Half authentic, half curated. We lie to employers with polished resumes, to friends with softened opinions, to partners with selective memories. Not because we're evil, but because being fully seen might be unbearable. Every truth we tell passes through filters, memory, fear, pride. Even when we think we're being honest, we're performing. Our language isn't designed for truth. It's designed for persuasion, for connection, for comfort. And maybe that's the most haunting part. The world we live in isn't built on truth. It's built on believable lies, layers of performance we all silently agree to maintain. So when you look someone in the eyes and say, "I'm telling you the truth," ask yourself, whose truth is it? Yours? Theirs? Or something in between? As you breathe, imagine the mask slipping, slowly, quietly. Beneath it, there's no monster, just the raw, unfiltered you, blinking in the light, uncomfortable, but real. And yet, to live in society, you'll need to put the mask back on, because the world doesn't reward honesty. It rewards harmony, and lies, at their gentlest, are the glue that holds harmony together. But what happens when the mask turns inward? When we start lying to ourselves, not others? Let's drift deeper into the psychology of self-deception, the art of self-deception. We tend to think lies are deliberate, that someone chooses to twist reality, consciously and maliciously. But the most fascinating lies are the ones we don't know we're telling. Self-deception is the mind's way of protecting itself. It's not about fooling others. It's about avoiding collapse. Think of your consciousness as a fragile glass house. Each painful truth, failure, guilt, regret is a stone thrown at it. To keep the structure intact, your mind quietly redirects the stones, distorting them mid-air until they seem harmless. This is cognitive dissonance, the tension that arises when your beliefs and actions conflict. To resolve it, your brain edits one of them. If you see yourself as a good person, but do something cruel, the mind will rewrite the story. He deserved it. It wasn't that bad. I had no choice. In these moments, the lie becomes medicine. Too much honesty would shatter the ego, so we lie just enough to keep functioning, to keep believing we are who we say we are. Research shows that people with mild self-deception actually perform better, feel happier, and recover from stress faster. The illusion keeps them resilient. Reality, in its raw form, can be too sharp for daily living, but there's a cost. When lies become comfort, truth becomes threat. You start defending the illusion as if your life depends on it, because psychologically, it does. We've all seen this. The person who insists their relationship is fine when it's falling apart. The one who blames everyone else for their failures. The believer who refuses evidence that shakes their worldview. The deeper the self-deception, the safer they feel, and the further they drift from reality. It's like sleeping inside a dream you never want to wake from. Yet here's the paradox. Self-deception can also be creativity. The stories we tell ourselves. I can do this. I'm special. Things will work out. Often aren't factual, but they drive us forward, shaping our reality until the lie becomes true. Perhaps that's the secret power of the human mind, to hallucinate purpose and make it real. We are both the deceiver and the deceived, living in psychological harmony. But not all lies protect. Some manipulate. Some use empathy as a weapon. Let's move deeper into the kind of lie that feels like love. The charmer's lie. The charmer's lie. The most dangerous liar isn't the one who scares you. It's the one who makes you feel seen. Charm is psychological camouflage. It disarms your defenses before you even know you've been targeted. The charmer studies your tone, your eyes, your insecurities, then mirrors them back with perfect timing. In dark psychology, this is called the empathy trap. We trust those who reflect us. When someone nods at the right moment, finishes our thoughts, or validates our emotions, our brain releases oxytocin, the bonding chemical. That feeling of connection is real, but its foundation may not be. Manipulators exploit this reflex. They feed us curated truths, half lies that fit our emotional shape. We mistake familiarity for honesty, and in that warmth, our critical thinking melts. A skilled liar never lies too much. They blend fact with fiction, confidence with vulnerability. They know that complete honesty sounds suspicious, and complete deceit sounds artificial. So they hover in the middle, believable enough to feel safe, mysterious enough to feel real. It's the same mechanism used in persuasion, marketing, even politics. The best lies aren't invented. They're amplified truths. They show us what we already want to believe. And yet, can we blame them entirely? After all, we love being lied to. We crave stories that flatter us, comfort us, or make us feel chosen. The truth often feels cold, indifferent. Lies offer warmth, narrative, meaning. Every great con artist understands this. They don't force belief. They invite it. The victim completes the illusion by wanting it to be true. In relationships, it's even subtler. When someone tells you what you need to hear, your body relaxes. Your trust deepens. The lie becomes an act of emotional synchronization. But over time, charm curdles. When the mask slips, the same warmth feels invasive. You realize you weren't loved, you were studied. The charmer's lie teaches a grim truth. Manipulation isn't about control. It's about understanding people so deeply that you can predict their next move. And sometimes, the only defense is awareness. Learning to see the performance, not the performer. But what if this kind of deception doesn't just happen between individuals, but across entire societies? Let's drift into something larger. The lies we agree to believe together. The collective illusion. Society runs on shared fictions. Money, justice, identity, success. All are collective lies we've agreed to treat as truth. If tomorrow everyone stopped believing in money, it would vanish. It's just paper. But our shared trust gives it power. That's the collective illusion. The silent pact that reality is whatever most people believe it to be. Psychologists call this pluralistic ignorance. When everyone privately disagrees with something but assumes everyone else believes it. So we conform. We stay quiet. And the illusion grows stronger. History is full of these mass performances. Empires built on divine right. Markets inflated by confidence. Cultures united by myths of superiority. None of them true, yet all powerful. Collective lies are stabilizers. They give order and predictability. But when they crack, when too many people stop pretending, collapse follows. Truth isn't always revolutionary. Sometimes it's catastrophic. Still, we need illusions. They hold civilization together the same way dreams hold sanity. Without them, everything becomes meaningless, chaotic. Maybe the real question isn't what's true, but which lie can we live with? Even morality, the idea of good and evil, can be seen as a necessary illusion, a shared script that prevents chaos by keeping us aligned. The darker insight is that truth and falsehood are not opposites. They're collaborators, maintaining balance. Too much truth can destroy the psyche. Too much lie can destroy trust. Civilization survives somewhere in between. And that brings us to the final thought. If lies shape reality, then what does truth really mean? Let's step quietly into the last reflection. The truth beyond lies. Maybe truth isn't something we find. Maybe it's something we build, layer by layer, lie by lie. Think of every belief you hold, every certainty. Each began as a story someone told you, and you chose to believe. Over time, that story hardened into truth. In that sense, lies are the raw material of reality. They're the clay we sculpt meaning from. Even science begins with hypotheses, educated guesses we test until they hold. Until proven wrong, they function as truth. So perhaps the real darkness isn't in lying. It's in believing that truth exists in pure form at all. Maybe truth is just the lie that survived the longest. It's humbling and strangely comforting because it means every human, no matter how honest, lives in fiction. We're all narrators of our own myth, editing, erasing, and rewriting the story every day. There's beauty in that imperfection. Lies give life shape. They soften edges, create hope, and turn chaos into narrative. Without them, there would be only silence, unbearable, absolute, and meaningless. So the next time you catch yourself lying to someone else or to yourself, pause. Notice not just the deceit, but the reason behind it. What are you protecting? What would crumble if you spoke the unfiltered truth? Because maybe, at the heart of it, the psychology of lies isn't about deception at all. It's about the human need for coherence. the longing for a world that makes sense, even if we have to invent it. And so, as you drift into sleep, remember this: the world you wake up in tomorrow is one we all agreed to dream together, a shared illusion we call reality. And within that dream, every lie, gentle or cruel, keeps the story alive.